Very lazy and quick stream. Just working on the preset bank. One of the major features of the beta of the synth is it's gonna have a preset bank, so I'll show that shortly. Kids went down, but they're still kind of up, so I might have one pop in here. And luckily, I have the hotkey for the mute. Also, no hiding it. We're having a couple of these. It was a hard day at work. Always difficult with clients, having to talk to them, having to deal with their situations and stuff. So it's mentally taxing. Having to deal with complaints a lot and correcting people's behavior or their wrongdoings or people doing wrong to them. So you know, if I can make this my job, maybe not streaming or if selling the synthesizer or getting something off the ground with something and get away from that, man, my cortisol levels would be at a normal level. Nobody's trying to be rich, just trying to make a living, trying to replace my salary, the same salary that I got right now, with something that I actually enjoy. Anyways, enough ranting, personal life stuff. Yeah. Where's my mouse? So let's see if the build ordered up correctly. So here's the reveal of the preset bank. The initial preset bank is right up here. Here it is right here. Here's what we got so far now. We're plugging in all these parameters that we had worked on previously inside an Ableton session. We're actually getting, oof, that was probably low. We're getting sound. It looks dope. Glide should hit 1.4. Cutoff should jump to 8807 hertz. Drive 5.600. Should play like the flagship lead. We drop it down a little bit here. Even lower. Beautiful. It's beautiful. I can see why people do therapy with ChatGPT. Man, I've heard that the vast majority of people use ChatGPT like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and they like talk to them, or your best friend or whatever, and they're like, this thing doesn't exist, dude. This thing's a bunch of silicone with water running through it. It's just a bunch of millions of people's thoughts all combined into one model. It's a large language model. And even if it becomes sentient, it's still not a person. Get it together, people. However, I do respect the fact that I've been able to build this thing into a personality, like how people have been using it for their other reasons. But for good. To create things. Oh, excuse me. Oh. One thing that I take from what Elon said one time was, if you don't make things, there will be no things. And I kind of defined myself after that moment, saying like, well, if I'm not building something, if I'm not making something, then what am I? Who are you as a person? You're just a consumer or a parasite. You make things, you know? Here I am making something. Alright, so current internal factory bank of the initial pad, the Prids motion, the clean pluck, the evil prog pluck 02, the dirty growl 02, the legato lead. So preset browser does exist. It's a bank becoming real. Next best screenshot for the techno stab. So what we're doing here to preserve space, because the thing is, I was like, where are you grabbing the parameters from? Because it grabbed it from the initial and the clean plug, and it's like, oh, from like a previous conversation. And I go, oh, so we technically don't have to go and pull into sources, because we had that issue yesterday where the sources got maxed out with 25 different documents. It's like, instead of doing a bunch of documents of these parameters or whatever, why don't I just screenshot them to you? It takes a little bit longer. Happy to excuse me again. Open and close Ableton sessions. But what it does do is it saves my space on storage, because I'm not paying $100 a month for just a couple extra spaces, which would have gotten maxed out. Because if I did individual files for each of these, my 25 would have turned into 36, and then right there I'm already pushing the boundary of 40. Here it is. I took a screenshot of the parameters here. Let's see what it says. What it does is it analyzes the screenshot and it checks the parameters, and then it plugs those said parameters into C++. And how it's going to recall APVTS and where it's going to sit. I mean, we already know where it's going to sit because we've had this this flow already. So we're going to have to put a comma back here and drop this down a little and put this right here. Here comes the code. Here comes the code for the next patch. And that's it right there. So it's all these parameters and what their levels are going to be. What I got right now is I got no squigglies, so it looks like it took it. It looks like it's looking good. We're gonna build. This will be the 7th one out of 11, because we had 12, but we completely like trashed one of them. Getting tired. That's why I said, like, oh, I've actually been doing this for like an hour or two, and I was like waiting for the girls to go down, and now that there's a little bit of peace in the home, I was like, hey, you know what, let me just go on so I can kill like 3 birds with 1 stone. I could stream, I could clip this later for content, and I could document what I'm doing. Might as well. Even though I'm not in the mood. And Mondays used to really be for Diablo, and ever since I took this project on early last month, it's been a month and a half, almost 2 months now. I've really, I shouldn't, but I've dumped Diablo basically. It's still something I won't delete off the computer. It holds a ton of space of gigs, and I will play it eventually, but it will it's not something that it's not something that I'm doing right at the moment. What I'm doing at the moment is creating stuff and giving interesting content. Diablo has underperformed to the masses. I had a live a few weeks ago with this just streaming something like this, and I got more views on a video, more views than any video. I mean, my shorts make more, but this is actually picking up traction. People kind of like this. It's kind of cool. I like stacking things. I like doing something and then it checks off other boxes while I'm doing it. It's the only way to do things. Alright, so now we're going to check to see if Techno Stab came in and if it recalls correctly. Yeah, look at it. It's right there. Recalls just fine. Might be just like a half-hour stream, if that. Oh, wants chirp next. Okay. So screw me on that one. This is modular chirp. Back. It's gonna want nasal plug. It's gonna want bandpass plug and the nasal plug. So let's just already before we exit this Ableton session. Let's get it. Let's give it what it wants. I don't know why I copied it, but unnecessary. Big block of ugly code. I'll be honest, it looks kind of ugly the way I'm doing it. The indentations aren't pretty. Chirp. It's nasal plug. Where's bandpass? There it is. What I learned about, even though like off the top of my head, I'm not really coding, like, okay, I know the language and I know how to write this by itself. What I have learned is there's pretty code, there's spacing, putting things into a block here on VS Code. Is it something somebody can turn around and read it pretty, you know, like, or does it not make sense? Does it look sloppy? And I myself, just somebody who doesn't code, sees logic, and when chat gets illogical, I start questioning. I go, this doesn't sound right. This isn't. You're trying to force 2 + 2 = 5 here, and it's like, oh yeah, you know what, you're right, and then it corrects itself. I go, that's kind of like where it's supposed to go. So it's like, imagine somebody who doesn't speak Spanish but understands it. You got me? That's what's going on right now. I'm like, wait a second. This doesn't make sense. You know, let's reframe it. even though I can't speak it back. So it's speaking it for me. There's the chirp. It's there. Alright, moving on to the bandpass one. Let's build the bandpass screenshot out of there. The next one's going to be nasal. Checking the health of the stream. Alright, let's go check. Open up Ableton again. Let's see if it exists. The thing about this is that you got to get into a rhythm and you got to get very comfortable with it, with the way you're gonna operate. So like for me, I know that I'm gonna be constantly building, so back here you always see me turn around and it's like, okay, I have the VST that keeps on getting updated every time I build on one side, and then on the other side I have my folder for the VST that's being picked up by Ableton, by the DAW. So it's like that is the export of the VST on one side, and then say, well, let's put it into the folder that Ableton pulls the plugin from to be able to hold it. So every single time that I do a build, I go and I grab it, I copy it, and then I paste over it and I overwrite it, replace it. And that's you got to find like your rhythm, you know. You got to find like and put it on the screens that you want and have a workflow. If you have a good organized workflow, then this stuff works, dude. And if you have a good head on your shoulders to tell ChatGPT to go stuff it sometimes, you're good. That'd be the biggest, I guess, honor for me is if I hear some great tracks getting made with this synth later down the line when it's finally ready, and if I could get it out to, I don't know, I mean, maybe make a goal of like if 1,000 people actually own the synth, that'd be so cool. And if they're using it and they're making good music, what an honor. Okay, that looks good. While this builds, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
I tried everything.
Observe the smart deal seeker hunting for amazing offers in its natural habitat, the aisles of BrandSmart. You too can score unbeatable deals on TVs, appliances, mattresses, furniture, toys, and all those unexpected finds that give you that, oh, I gotta have it feeling. Plus, access flexible financing with your BrandSmart credit card. What will you discover next? BrandSmart USA. Favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
Oh no.
I sit down and the first thing I see on the YouTube video is an ad, so I don't even know how many ads went by or whatever. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna be calling it in a little bit, but I want to finish this this patch bank. I want to finish this. I want to have some sort of a victory tonight. Actually, live on stream as I type this while I am adding the preset bank to the LOL. So I was in a cinematic film scoring class back. It started like in November, December last year, and it went to like February. It was like a 3 or 4 month like class, you know, via Elevator. They're pretty cool. They got some cool stuff, but this one really caught my eye because it was with Tim Williams. And if you're not well versed in your cinematic music universe. Tim Williams did the music for like Deadpool and for Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he had this other movie. God, what's this movie called? It was really popular on HBO Max with this girl Mia Goth. Shoot, it's hold on, I'll look it up. But either way, let me type in her name, Mia Goth. Movies. Pearl. So he did the score for that, and the class was all on Discord. And when I completed the pre-alpha, I was like, who am I gonna give this to, man? I'm just gonna have to go around and ask people and see what the hell's going on. I have my other Discord login with my regular name, and I went to who did I go to? For some reason, I have Suave Records on there. That's a dead Discord, man. All they do is they used to do a bunch of remix contests and demo drops and stuff like that. But it's one of those labels that they just grab anybody, you know, as long as it sounds good. They don't really have like a path or a genre. And the other one that I did was Borgor. I joined his Discord because he was doing like one of those, I'm gonna rate songs and on live on TikTok, and so I stayed on that Discord. I dropped a track that I was making just to, you know, and I screenshotted his reaction. He gave it an 8 out of 10, and a bunch of people liked it too. So in there, I actually asked, and I got like one person saying, hell yeah, you know. And I was like, geez, man, people don't care. Rightfully so, because it's like, who are you pitching something, right? I went on a forum for synthesizers and got another person that was interested in testing it. And then it hit me. I was like, shoot, I was in this class, and there was like 40, 50 people in this class who we all were there on Tuesday every single week, looking at each other's faces, talking with one another, talking with this really famous a very talented cinematic composer while he's teaching us. And I was like, dude, we formed a bond. Let me go in there, let me ask them if they want. Immediately, like 7 people from the class were like, give it to me, let's do it. Free synth, hell yeah, you know. So that was kind of cool. So shout out to the cinematic music composition class on Elevator with Tim Williams. And shoot, if Tim and Drew is his boy who helped out a lot with the class. If Tim and Drew wanna test the synth, I would be honored. Drew does more video game composition, which is, shoot, I would love to do that. I'd love to make some crazy stuff for like a Destiny or Diablo and stuff. That'd be awesome. That'd be goals. But anyways, let's get back to the BS here. It's tedious work, but I like the coding. The coding's the fun part. Nasal pluck is in. Let's see if it builded. Okay, yeah, it compiled. I don't know if I copied it over, so let's see. That's the thing when you're doing this type of stuff, man. You take a break, you go to the restroom, you come back, unless you're like really focused, you're like, where was I? Like if you don't put a bookmark in it, like a book physically, you're like, I don't know where I'm at. I just left it for a second. Now where am I? See, no, it's not in there, but it's in the code, and it got compiled. So that means I gotta go over here. Copy, paste, replace, overwrite the file, so it would have it. And let's see if because the last thing that you saw there was the band pass. Let's see if the nasal pluck is in there now. Yep, there it is. High pass nasal plug 01. So for a top, and then you got the band pass is like That's pretty cool. I think this will be the last one, right? This next one is going to be the last one. I should change my desktop background. I'm getting tired of it. To what? I don't know. Alright, clean plug, refine A. EO plug, refine A. So I might actually have two more. Which was kind of stupid putting. Well, no, that's not stupid. Because this sounds completely different now. Very trancy. And then the clean plug. The clean plug should already be in there. Yeah, it is. So really all we have is that one evil plug refined. This guy right here. Screen this one. Yeah, I'm sending it over now, buddy. There's the last one. Crazy how this grew so quickly. See, even though we've done 10 different presets, right? 10 different presets. On the very last one, it's not listening to me. No, let me close it. On the very last preset, right, we've been doing this flow where I give it a screenshot and I say, here you go, here's the parameters, give it to me in code. On the very last one just now, I gave it the code. Well, no, I gave it the screenshot, and it's supposed to give me the converted code so I could copy and paste it into Virtual Studio. You know what it ended up deciding to do? Right there, it hallucinated, and it's like, I'm gonna make an image for you. Like if I was asking it for a picture. So sometimes you gotta be like, stop it to chat, even if it's 5.5. I told her, hey, I had to back out of you for a second because you tried to make an image. That was a weird, all good. That was a weird misfire. No image stuff. Back to code. Back to the machine room. Captured last preset SP evil prog plug 01 refine A. This one should go into plugin processor between. Yeah, I know where it's supposed to go. Wait, hold on. Oh, you want it between the clean plug up here. Yeah, this is a minimal tech playlist. It's pretty fire. Who's it by? Two-hour techno, 112 subscribers. 2 hours of minimal dark techno, no copyright, free music for streams and videos. This is good stuff. Stuff I would play. This should go between clean pluck and evil prog pluck. So it's gonna God, I hate coughing like that while I have the microphone right in my face like this. So the block's gonna go right here in between these guys. And yeah, let's build it. So the whole top end right now is just preset junk. This whole top end is just preset. This whole bottom end is just what do you call it? Resizing. After this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask it, okay, let's set up the next step for tomorrow and see where we're at, you know, and yeah, that'll be that. Alright, took it. It took it. It took it. So let's see the final. This is for, what's the name of this one? This is the Refine A of Evil Prog Pluck. So let's see it here. There it is right there. Yep, sounds just like it's supposed to. Let's get out of here. Internal factory preset, real milestone, status complete, first pass working. One of the non-negotiable beta blockers just moved from future problem to working internal feature. Next move should be more code, not to be more coding immediately. I do more control validation pass, save nothing, import yet, close, reopen Ableton, load each preset from the drop down. Once confirmed that each sound looks right, I already did that. Save throwaway session. On one non-init preset, reopen it, confirm. After that, we can stamp this as okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Save it on is this guy. I'm screwed up today. Throwaway 2. Exit. Open up Ableton again. Let's open up this throwaway. And this should play the techno stab. Yep, we're good. It's recalling. All right, so we got big time milestone. We have a preset bank now with presets that recall, and after that it's just UI stuff and adding more presets, I guess. I mean, that's more for the big final push out. I think for beta, I think these 11 patches are just fine. I don't need to add more patches, to be honest. It's one of the biggest beta blockers that we've hit so far. Internal preset bang is no longer theoretical. We'll stop coding for a second and do a clean checkpoint next move. Do not zip a package. Beta, do not send testers anything. Save close normally. Export 8 fresh txt files. Then we make some short change log. That's it. We're gonna call it. Should have been a shorter stream, but hey, hour nonetheless. Out of here, guys. If you watch live, thank you. Didn't get any chat notifications today, but if you breeze by for a second, and for those of you who are watching on the replay, I always thank you. Thank you for keeping on watching this endeavor, this project, this journey that I'm doing. I'm never going to ask anybody to subscribe or to like or to do any of that stuff. That's corny and cheesy and cringy. If you like it, you like it, and you're going to keep on following on. If you want to bookmark it and subscribe it, you're going to do it anyways. If you're not, you're not. Doesn't matter to me. I feel like begging for validation is kind of not in my wheelhouse. So either way, good night. Happy Monday. If you had a good Father's Day yesterday, I'm happy for you. But other than that, good night.